What's up, guys? Your boy, 22K13. Gonna talk about 7 moments that will define Daniel Bryan's WWE career. This comes from WhatCulture.com. Another week, another Daniel Bryan interview, another pain of hope mixed with despair and disappointment. Ever since winning the WWE World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania 30, Bryan's career has hit something of a brick wall as injury after concussion after injury have put him out of action. Bryan is one of the most recognizable current WWE performers and has thus tended to be at the front of any call for press and interviews, all of which inevitably lead to questions about his future. His response has grown more and more optimistic over time. He said he is completely fine, and his doctors have echoed such thoughts. WWE doctors are a little more appreciative, however, and it seems more and more unlikely that we'll be seeing Ghostface back on TV wrestling anytime soon. The sad reality is that if he does return, the chances are that management won't have enough faith in his health to give him the big balls to run with once more. Even so, Daniel Bryan's career in WWE is the stuff of legend, the story of someone who could but shouldn't but did nonetheless. Here are the 7 moments that will define his career. Number 7. NXT and The Miz. Daniel Bryan arrival on WWE TV didn't set the alarm bell of optimism ringing for fans of the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. He made his debut on the new show called NXT, which was equal part wrestling, part and reality show. The best professional wrestler in the world going to be subject to challenging and tasks instead of wrestling, but his assigned pro continue the pessimism, The Miz. If Daniel Bryan has a polar opposite in modern professional wrestling, it is The Miz. Both individuals grew up wanting nothing more than to be wrestlers, but their path to that life couldn't have been more different. Bryan went all over the world, wrestling in front of small crowds in gyms, only to get into a car and drive for hours to do much the same. This journey took a long time, to say the least. The Miz went on reality TV and espoused his love for the sport. He was a contestant on Tough Enough, runner-up nonetheless, gaining a contract in the process. From here he went from host of SmackDown to nothing wrestler to tag team specialist to a quality single run to the main event of WrestleMania. The Miz took the modern WWE route, Bryan took the audacious one. Yet, here they were stuck together in a new show, with the real-life role reversed. The talented veteran, now the rookie, the cocky, inexperienced performer, the pro, not the most suspicious of start. Number 6. The beginning of the Yes Movement. The story with The Miz turned out well for all parties, culminating in an excellent match at Night of Champions in 2010 that saw Bryan defeat Miz for the United States title. After languishing in the mid-card for a while, many were shocked a year later when Bryan came out on top in the SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match. After long claiming that he would cash the briefcase in at WrestleMania, Bryan shocked the world by doing so against Big Show immediately after he had defeated Mark Henry for the World Heavyweight title at TLC in December 2011. Not only were people stunned that Bryan was world champion, but the manner in which he won the belt went against his good guy character. Bryan would quickly become a smug champion, taking even the most trivial of victories and celebrating them as if it was the most important thing that had ever happened in the history of the sport. From the spouted the infamous yes taunt, which would see Bryan thrust his arm into the wick staccato shout of yes after count out or DQ win. It is easy to forget that the most popular chant in modern wrestling history started out as something of a heel taunt, rubbing minor victory into the face of a disgruntled audience. WrestleMania 28, 18 seconds. Bryan would hold the World Heavyweight Championship all the way through to WrestleMania 28, where he would defend the strap in the opening match of the night against Royal Rumble winner Sheamus. Many expected an excellent match between the two. Nobody, and I mean nobody, could have guessed what would happen next. Bryan would align with AJ Lee, and once the bell rang, Bryan summoned AJ onto the apron for a pre-match good luck kiss. Immediately after unlocking lip, our man would turn around directly into a brogue kick from the Irishman, and 3 seconds later it was over. The match lasted all of 18 seconds. The reaction of the crowd was negative, to say the least. Bryan was a heel, but a popular heel nonetheless, and seeing such a talented performance humiliated in such a fashion planted the seed of what would happen over the next 2 years. Daniel Bryan didn't immediately become the biggest babyface in the company, feuding with Sheamus for a couple of months more before a series of excellent matches with CM Punk, but this was a real starting point for what would accumulate 2 years later. Number 4. Team Hell No. While Bryan was undoubtedly popular throughout the summer, once his program with CM Punk died down, he was left with little to do. Kane was also caught up in the summer of AJ Lee love, and when the two faced off at SummerSlam 2013, it felt a little thrown together, a match for the sake of getting the two on the card. Somehow this led to that rarest of beasts, the WWE comedy that was a hit on every level. A run of anger management skits was shown where Bryan got to show off the personality that so many claimed he didn't possess it, and even Kane was given a new lease of life. This led to the infamous Hug It Out segment, and Team Hell No was born. They would come together to create a beautiful friendship, winning tag team gold along the way before the Shield ended that run. While not as big as some of the events yet to come, the swell of support in favor of Bryan was growing and growing throughout this, and the Team Hell No run shut a lot of naysayers up when it came to his charisma. Number 3. SummerSlam 2013. Beating John Cena. The list of superstars who have beaten John Cena clean in the last 5 years can be counted on one hand. The Rock, Kevin Owens, CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, Daniel Bryan. That's a pretty prestigious list. It bodes well for Kevin Owens, to say the least. Cena went into the match injured, so there was some confidence that Daniel Bryan would walk out of SummerSlam in 2013 as the WWE Champion, but clean as a whistle in the middle of the ring, this wasn't expected. The match was as good as any WWE main event in memory, and the crowd support for Bryan was something to behold. Both men took each other to the absolute limit, just when it seemed that nothing could possibly bring the match to an end. Bryan busted out a Bukakuku knee, and that was it. John Cena was pinned. 1, 2, 3. To this day, I still say this wasn't as brutal as the knee plus ever looked. Bryan wouldn't walk out champion, however, as Randy Orton turned heel by cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase thanks to the assistance of Triple H. The seed that had vaguely been scattered by Bryan's humiliating WrestleMania at WrestleMania 28 were about to start growing and growing fast. Number 2. Royal Rumble 2014. Ironically, one of the most important moments in Daniel Bryan's WWE career will happen without any involvement from the man himself. In fact, that was the point. Earlier in the night, Bryan had come up short against Bray Wyatt in an absolute battle of a match. It was the opening match of the night, and many expected Bryan to return in the Royal Rumble match itself. Throughout the match, the crowd chanted for Bryan and Bryan alone, whether it was by name or through the now President Yes chant. It all came down to number 30, and it just had to be Bryan. The clock ticked down, the buzzer went off, and poor old Rey Mysterio was unveiled. Never in my life have I seen a WWE crowd turn on a match so quickly, as it boiled down to Roman Reigns and Batista. The crowd disinterest in the two performers could be felt worldwide. Boo, not boo-ung, reigned around the arena, and the WWE Universe made it clear as day that the man they wanted to see in this position wasn't the returning hero, Batista, or the new Golden Boy Reigns. The man they wanted to see was a short, beard hippie dude called Daniel Bryan. Number 1, WrestleMania 30, which led to this, the 30th WrestleMania, the biggest in history. The show opened with Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and The Rock in the ring, and legend after legend was trotted out on this biggest of occasion. The Undertaker's streak was broken by Brock Lesnar in one of the most shocking moments in professional wrestling history. Without any exaggeration, this was pro wrestling biggest night. The main event consisted of WWE Champion Randy Orton defending against Rumble winner Batista and Daniel Bryan, who had earned his way into the match by defeating Triple H in the opening match of the night. What happened next was an excellent 25-minute match full of big spots, near falls and Bryan taking a hell of a beating. It was the ultimate underdog story as Bryan would come out on top against two of the most WWE stars in history. After beating Mr. WWE in the first match of the night, the biggest night in professional wrestling history ended with Daniel Bryan standing on the turnbuckle, confetti raining down around him, thrusting both title belts into the air, leading the 75,167 in attendance in the biggest yes chant in memories. Whether Daniel Bryan returned to the ring or not, this moment will live on forever. It was the night where Bryan's status as one of the greatest of all time was confirmed, and the night where the man who could but shouldn't did. Well, that is, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Peace.